What up, guys? I have my HDP50 Generation 2. This is the 13 joule version. I pretty much done no mods to this. The only thing I've done is I put a magnetic catch, or like a detent kind of thing in here. I made a video on it a while back. It's Less Lethal for Dummies made that, so all credit goes to him. This is basically me just trying to mess up my regular detent. This still has the factory detent in here, and I'm just putting shots through it. So my original Gen 1 detents, they busted after like 80 shots or 100 shots. These ones have proven very resilient so far, and I'm using assorted ammo, assorted bore sizes and stuff. So I have the Lambed Store Amazon balls, T4E quick access balls, and then I have the Alien Play aluminum balls, and I have steel ball bearings. So I'm going to be shooting all these out of this, and if you want to use steel ball bearings, you need the magnetic catch in there so that the balls will feed properly. If you don't have it in there, it probably won't work that great. I've tried it before, it doesn't work that good. So yeah, you do need a magnet in here to catch the balls and like pull them up into the breech. So I'm just going to use my air tank adapter and my remote line, and I'm going to be shooting the crap out of this thing, so maybe I'll get like 50 more shots in on this. Currently it's at about 375 shots on the factory detent, and I haven't had to change it out yet. I'm going to be using my CO2 tank. This has about 190 grams of CO2 left in it, so the pressure is probably not going to be the greatest, but I'm just shooting these to put in wear on the detent, so I can finally get like a figurative number of when my detent, or when your detent might break. But if you just plan on using this in an emergency, you shouldn't have to worry about that. But if you use it a lot, like how I do, you would want to know how many shots you could take out of it before you start having issues. And mine is just one HDP50 Gen 2. There could be some that the detent may have already broken. There may be ones that last longer than mine does. So this is just an example of one of these and how long the detent will last. And the detent holds the ball in the barrel. So if yours breaks, you'll just notice balls flying off the barrel, and that's because your detent is broken. So I'm going to air this up and I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, got the HDP50, it's aired up. I already know what this hits because it's a 13 joule version, and I get about 13. I'm going to be using the plastic or nylon balls, and I'm going to be shooting that pan inside the chair. So I'm just going to mag dump. So that was 6 shots. Here's the damage. I've been shooting this primarily with the BB gun, so these larger welts are going to be the 50 cal HDP50. So you can see them right here, 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 and here. That was 6 shots. I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, 6 more shots. I'm using nylon balls. I'm going to stand a little bit closer, like half the distance that I was standing. That was 6 shots. So that looks new. That looks new. This looks new. Pretty much the same kind of impacts. I'm just using the nylons right now. The nylon balls I'm using right now, the orange ones, they're like 12.6 millimeters, roughly, kind of averaging about that size. So I got one that cracked, but for the most part they're staying together. They're not breaking too often, unless I'm shooting like something really hard like concrete or something like that, which I don't typically do. I just usually shoot aluminum pans or cans or something, steel cans. So I'm gonna reload it. I'll be right back. All right, you guys, 2.7 gram alien play aluminum balls. I've shot the crap out of these. You do not need a magnetic catch to shoot these. They should work perfectly fine if you haven't done anything to your HDP50 Gen 2 or your Gen 1. They should work fine. Aluminum is not magnetic, so that one went through 316. That one bounced off 314. That one shot through 310. That one bounced off 310. That one bounced off 312. I think that one shot through 312. And that was 6 shots. Oh yeah, so I think 3 or 4 of them shot through sort of the areas that have already been getting weak. So got 4 punctures. I'll do another 6 rounds of aluminum, so I'll shoot that same pan and I'll be right back. Alright you guys, aluminum balls, mag dumping. Hopefully I don't hit myself. Six shots. So a couple more punctures. They're kind of just hitting the same area. So yeah, I'm gonna do one more magazine of those, or like tube, and then I'll switch to steel ball bearings. All right, guys, 6 more shots of aluminum balls. 2.7 grams. 318. 312. 312. 310. 306. I think that's it, possibly. 306. I think that's it. Tried shooting this. Yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna get the steel ball bearings. All right, you guys, steel ball bearings, 8.4 grams. Usually they get like, on this thing, they get like 230 feet per second, the way it's set up right now. 188, pretty slow right there. 182. Okay, maybe it's 230 when I pull the restrictor out. That's probably what it is. 180. 180. So I loaded up 5. I think I have one more in here. I'll shoot one more. 182. I usually load 5 of those because they're kind of big, and they make my follower guide move forward. And sometimes the guide will I'll show you right now what it does. But sometimes the guide it goes in the section where it's supposed to lock. So you see that little ridged thing right here. This is how you load the ammo. When I load 6 of them, this will be like up here, and when I pull the trigger, sometimes this will go forward and fall down, and it doesn't put pressure against the balls to load them. So I typically just I'll load 5 if I'm using the steel ball bearings. I'm gonna fix my pan. I'll be right back. So yeah, the whole purpose of this video is just to run balls through the detent, shoot more shots through it, and see if it breaks. The detent breaks. See if it breaks. 186. 182. 180. 184. 178. I think that's it. That's it. So I'm gonna go back to nylon balls. I'll be right back. All right, you guys, T4E quick access balls. They're kind of like 1.35, 1.4 grams, and they are sort of small on the bore size. Half inch is 12.7 millimeters, and these things are 12.5 or 12, yeah, pretty much like 12.5 millimeters. So 6 shots. I'll chrono these. It'll be higher than 310. 420. 414, 410, 412, 406, 410, and that's it. So I'm gonna load up some more rounds. All right, you guys, Lambid store, 1.4 grams, 12.6 millimeters on the bore size. So these are a little bit bigger, and they perform pretty on par with the T4E quick access balls as far as just like muzzle reading energy and impact damage to like metal pans and sheets and cans and stuff. 410, 406, 406. So yeah, I'm just running a bunch of rounds through this. All right, you guys, orange rounds. No more chronograph because I already know what this is doing. So that one, the follower guide locked up on that little nub at the front. That's why I didn't shoot. Out of rounds. All right, these are aluminum balls. I don't typically have any issues with the aluminum balls as far as loading in 6 and the follower popping off right here and getting stuck. That usually only happens with the large orange nylon balls and the steel ball bearings. All right, you guys, this will probably be the last mag. I have random ass balls in here, so like I think it's like nylon, aluminum, steel, nylon, steel, nylon or something. So I'll chrono these and I'll just make my guessed estimate based on the speed. So that was a nylon ball. That was a steel ball bearing, and my follower guide popped off, so I'll be right back. All right, so sometimes when the follower guide pops off or gets stuck in the in like the loading designated section, the balls will come forward and then fall out that front. So that's just one small issue I've had with the HDP50 where that happens. That was a nylon ball, pretty sure. That was an aluminum ball. That was a nylon ball. That was a steel ball bearing. I feel like I see a rabbit or something over there. That was a nylon ball. So I could try to peg this bunny, but it's way back there. I don't even know if I can zoom in and see it. It's right there, but it's really far away for a for a less lethal. I'll probably just scare it away basically if I try. So I'm gonna load up just a bunch of nylon balls, and yeah, I'm just doing this to shoot a bunch of crap through the detents and try to finally snap them. So I'll be right back. All right, you guys, 6 more shots. And one of the reasons I like using this airline is that I probably would have burned through probably 5 CO2s, 5 of these, maybe 6 with that amount of shots I just did. And using this giant CO2 tank, it cost me $4 to fill this CO2 tank, and its equivalent is about 500 grams or 550 grams if the store refills it all the way. So yeah, it's basically this tank right here cost me $4 to refill, and it's equivalent to like 45 CO2s. So I'm just degassing this. And I'll probably end up taking this apart in the near future so that I could maintenance it, because it's shot about 500 rounds almost through it. I think I'm about at least 430, because I know for damn sure I probably shot like 70 or 80 shots through this right now. So the old number was at 375, and if you add 80 to that, I'm around 450, kind of around there. So yeah, that's the HDP50 Gen 2. I'm not sure if I ever did a comparison like video of the Gen 1 and the Gen 2, but there's so many ways you can run this. It might be kind of hard or unfair to either one of them, but basically you got the fiber optic sights, you have an improved texture on the grip, and then you have obviously the detent is way better, and then you have this new style pierce cap. There's a couple other random things that I've noticed, like the detent and some of the styling of this slide. But yeah, that'll be it for this one. Kind of boring, just shooting the same thing over and over and over and over, but I know some people want to see reliability or durability of certain parts, and so far I've had zero issues with this, aside from when I put too much oil in the valve. So when I first got it, I didn't put like a shit ton, but I put a few drops of oil down this handle, and or the spray, I should say, actually silicone spray, and I ended up having a leaky valve o-ring. And then I just kept shooting it, and eventually that oil got out, and it was leaking because there was too much oil in the valve. The valve, like where the bolt and the o-ring sit, there's too much oil on that, and it was making it too slick, and then I was getting leaking. So yeah, you don't want to over oil it. That's the first time I've had a problem with any launcher putting too much oil, and ever since then I've been oiling that Gen 2 sparingly. I'll probably oil it. I didn't oil it today. I'll probably oil it the next time I use it, because I just shot like 80 rounds through it. So when I do this again, I'll put like a drop or two of oil down here, and then shoot the crap out of it, and then take it apart and put grease and oil on all the inside on the bolt and all that stuff. But that'll be a later video. So anyways, guys, have a good one and see you next time.